People, as you can tell by my face, I am absolutely fuming. Fuming. But first things first, I would just like to apologise for not doing the watch along for the Chelsea versus Newcastle game. And the reason why that is because I had a lot of things to do today. And I'm not going to mention what I did, but I had a lot of things to do and work to do today. So after that, I just decided to take a little bit of a nap because I was so tired. And then I thought to myself, I don't think I had this energy to do the watch long, so I'll just watch the game and just do the action after that. And I tell you what, people, I am so glad I didn't do the watch along because Newcastle has come to Stamford Bridge and won. Before this game, the reason why I'm angry is because of two things. Number one, before this game, Newcastle have not won at Stamford Bridge since May 2012. May 2012 when it ended 2-0. Remember that Percy Cisse second goal where it curled over to the top right hand corner past check. Remember that one? Yeah, 2-0 Newcastle ended and Papi Cisse scored those two goals. Ever since then, 11 defeats and 1 draw. So now Newcastle have been Stamford Bridge for the first time in 14 years. 14 flipping years. So that's number one. In fact, there's three things. Number two, our home record this season is an absolute disgrace. The last 3 games, no wins at Stamford Bridge. Absolutely no one. Yeah? 2-2 draw against Leeds at home. 1-1 draw against Burnley at home. And now 1-0 loss. 3 games without a win at Stamford Bridge. Unbelievable. Yeah? That is an absolute disgrace. The fact that our away form is better than Stamford Bridge doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense to me. So that's number 2. Number 3. Chelsea had the chance here to put the pressure on Man United, Villa and Liverpool. Because all of them play tomorrow. But instead of putting the pressure on them, we put the pressure on ourselves. Because Man United and Villa right now are 3 points ahead of us. And both of them face each other tomorrow at Old Trafford. So whoever wins that game, one of them will be 6 points ahead of us. It could be Aston Villa or it could be Man United. Yeah? So one of them could be 6 points ahead of us. Liverpool play Tottenham tomorrow. A depleted Tottenham. A team that is fighting for survival. If Liverpool win tomorrow, they'll go above us by 3 points. So we're going to be back in 6th. Yeah? But you know the worst thing is? Yeah? Another team in West London called Brentford. Yeah? They're also fighting, yeah, for Europe. They got Wolves tomorrow. They beat them at the G2 Community Stadium tomorrow. They'll be 1 point behind us. Because they're on 44 points, 148. So they beat Wolves tomorrow, Brentford. They'll be 1 point behind us. And even the Europa League may not happen. This is an absolute disgrace. Yeah? And once again, Liam Senior, hang your head in shame. Hang your head in shame. Because the past 3 games, I really don't understand what is going on with the tactics and the game management. Against Aston Villa, yes, we're 1-0 down, but we play some really good football, you know? Long balls, you know, passing it into the winger, feeding it into Jalap, you know? And yes, Aston Villa played a high line, and we should have scored more. But we played some really good football. I was so happy what I can see. And in some games against the Leeds game, where I can't blame the manager on why we dropped points. But look at the Wrexham game. 3-4-3. Struggled, yeah? Lucky to win that game. And Wrexham were down to 10 men and we still struggled, yeah? 3-4-3. And so the likes of Tosin and Badishil didn't make any sense. Then you look at the PSG game. Starting Jorgensen over Sanchez, yeah? Decided to play out from the back with the likes of Jorgensen in goal and Chalobah and Fofana as centre backs. Didn't make any sense. And when the substitutes came on, it made things worse because Instead of holding on for 3-2, we lost 5-2 in that game. And now look at today, yeah? Now look at today. James in the midfield, yeah? That goal that we conceded, you decide to play a high line, yeah? With Reece James tracking down Joe Willock and leaving both our centre backs wide open and split. It doesn't make any sense. And then in the second half, he takes off Gusto and brings on the lap. What formation we played? 4-4-2. And that one didn't make any changes because we played from side to side, just hoof ball into Garnacho so that he can cross and see what happens, hoof ball after hoof ball after hoop ball, yeah? What I saw tonight is what I saw under Pochettino, the exact same thing, yeah? The exact same thing against Liverpool, yeah? Just hoof ball into the striker or to a winger and see what happens. That's what we played tonight. Yeah? And I trusted Lee Messina. I would have thought, yeah, that after the games that I saw when we went unbeaten before the Arsenal game, I saw some really good performances. Getting the best out of João Pedro. Cole Palmer starting to get back in form. This and that. Sanchez as well. I thought we were playing. I thought there was games where I was saying to myself, Limassol is playing some really good football. We're starting to score goals. We're starting to win games. But over the past 3 games, I'm starting to be concerned. Yeah? 2 losses in a row. And you know what we got next after that? PSG at home. And this is why I've been telling you guys on Wednesday that we are out. We are out. Yeah? Because what I saw tonight was an absolute disgrace. An absolute disgrace. Sideways, backwards, just like, what? And I'm thinking, what's Nemesis trying to do? Does he trying to get himself sacked? Because remember, guys, if Chelsea do not get Champions League football and we don't end up winning a trophy, then they're going to sack him. Yeah? So, Limusinha, if you're watching this right now, do you want to get yourself sacked? Is that what you want? After you just came in the middle of the season, is that what you want? Yeah? Because your tactics today didn't make any sense. Now, I'm not going to blame Limusinha with the amount of chance that we missed. No. But what I'm going to blame is that, why was Santos not starting? Why? Didn't start him in a game against PSG, and you don't start him in a game tonight. Why was he not starting? Why? And again, this Reece James in the midfield, sometimes he could work, but for me, it doesn't. For me, Reece James has to be playing as a right back. Because if he saw that goal against PSG, that 5th goal, he lose the ball. You know why? Because he was in the midfield. And then, you look at the goal that we conceded against Newcastle in the 90th minute, yeah? Reece James didn't track down Joe Willock, yeah? You know why? He's in the midfield. So this is why I got to blame Liam Senior, because I don't understand, yeah, why so upset of seeing Reece James in the midfield. And then also, do you know the worst thing is? Is that Gusto was playing way up. He was overlapping way too much. Didn't make any sense. Overlapping way too much. I'm seeing Gusto sometimes playing as a right winger. And I'm thinking, what on earth am I watching? What on earth am I watching? Gusto overlapping way too much. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. And in terms of substitutions, like I said, Caicedo come on for Lavia, cool, because Caicedo had a yellow card. And then I saw Hater coming on for Fofana. I don't know why Fofana didn't come off earlier, because it's another game where Fofana just had another shocking performance, yeah, from Fofana, especially for that goal, yeah. Like, I can't tell you one player that played well today. I really can't. Like I said, Cucurella, not that good today. Sanchez, didn't have anything to do, but his pass today was a bit off, yeah. Chalobah, awful again, and I'm going to get to the goal we can see in just a minute. Reece James, apart from the goal, I thought he was alright. Had some good deliveries, this and that. Especially, at times James was. I think James may be the only player that I can say, you know what? Apart from the goal, he tried. That's the only one. Caicedo, not good today. Not good today. Get himself a yellow card, it wasn't that good today. Garnacho had some good moments, but other than that, he wasn't that great. But Palmer, this is another game where Palmer really frustrated me. Like Palmer in the first half, don't get me wrong, did some few tricks, this and that, but when it comes to decision making, he is awful. Yeah, I remember. I think it may have been Caicedo that passed the ball into Palmer in the first half. Yeah, he had all the space. And instead of him shooting, what does he do? He takes too long on the ball and passes it to Garnacho. The same way as he did in a game against Villa in the first half. The same way as he did. Why did he not shoot? Why is there our players afraid to shoot from outside of the box when you know you have all the space? So Palmer, no good performance from him. João Pedro, I mean, I don't, I didn't, I just don't think he was that good today. But I'm not gonna. And he did have chances, but he did have enough service. We didn't feed João Pedro enough service, so I can't really have a go at João Pedro. But I don't think it was that good today. In terms of substitutions, Liam Delap comes on. Then what does he do? Makes a glorious chance in the 81st minute. Reece James causes it into the penalty box. The ball couldn't find to Cucurella. He goes down. Then Delap gets the ball. Then what does he do? Just guides it high, like he always does. When I've been saying that he's the worst striker in the Premier League, people laughed at me. People call me deluded. Yeah? Let me tell you, Moreno is a better striker than him. Yeah? Even Kai Havertz is a better striker than Delap. Yeah? Dominic Solanke is better than him. Richarlison is better than him. Yeah? Who else? Isaac, Hugo Ekitike, who else? Even Eva Allinson is better than him. Dominic Solanke, no, sorry, Dominic Calvert-Lewin is better than Delap. Yeah? When you look at all the strikers and you pick which one is the worst, it's Delap. Because what does he do? He keeps on fighting and he keeps on missing chances. And we spent 40 million on him. 40 million. What a total waste of money. What a total waste. Yeah? And Todd Bowley, was at the game. I hope he watches this game and realizes, that the players ain't good enough, the centre backs ain't good enough, that some of the tackles aren't good enough and needs to be sold. And yes, Sanchez wasn't good today, but for me, he's not the only one. So if people want to have a go at Sanchez, then go at some of the other players as well. Like honestly, man, we are simply not good enough. And I tell you what, we'll be lucky to get Champions League. We'll be lucky because we're definitely going out against PSG on Tuesday night, And the fact that we put pressure on ourselves than the likes of Man United, Villa, and Liverpool, we do not deserve Champions League football after I saw today, I'm all Chelsea fans got to do is hope and pray that Brentford do not win, Liverpool don't win, and hopefully the Man United Villa game will end in a draw. But that's not going to happen. Liverpool are definitely beating Tottenham tomorrow. Brentford, they could probably get a result because sometimes they're good at home. And Man United will get a result against Villa because Aston Villa has a very bad record at Old Trafford. Very bad. We could have been the same points, as both Man United and Aston Villa. In fact, if I take a look, let me just see the goal difference. Let me just take a look at those ones. Let me just take a look. 1 second. So let me take a look at the goal difference. If we would have won today. Let me see. Let me just give me a minute, guys. Our goal difference is 80. Look at this. We could have been third. We could have been third. Our goal difference is way better than Villa and Man United. We could have been third today if we would have won. But we bottled it. We bottled the chance to go third. Bottled the chance. And look at this. Because Newcastle beat Chelsea, they're 6 points behind us. And we're lucky that Everton didn't get a result against Arsenal. Because if Everton would have beaten Arsenal, they could have been 2 points behind us. 2 points behind us. And now look at Brentford. They win their game against Wolves tomorrow, they'll be 1 point behind us. We are in so much trouble, physically, financially, and mentally. Yeah? And do you think, yeah, that I'm going to be spending the next season seeing Chelsea win the Club World Cup badge, yeah, without Champions League football? You are joking, yeah? And if we do not get Champions League football, I do not consider Chelsea world champions anymore, yeah? Because world champions do not struggle, yeah, to fight for Champions League. They should be challenged for the league. And also, world champions, yeah, do not end the season with no major trophies. That's not what champions do, yeah? In fact, PSG, if they would have been Chelsea, they deserve to be world champions. They deserved it, not Chelsea. Because we're already out of the Carabao Cup. For me, we're out of the Champions League. Yeah. It's good that we got Portfel, but whether we get in the semi-final, whether it's against Arsenal or Man or whoever that is, we'll probably go out. Because our Wembley record is a joke. Yeah. No wins in Wembley since 2018. So we'll probably get out. Yeah. And like I said, we're lucky to beat Wrexham because imagine if we went out to Wrexham and then we went out against PSG in a week. This just shows you that the season is officially done. And that means from now until the end of the season, we play one game a week the way Man United do. From top to bottom, this club is rotten, yeah? This project is a failure. The owners are a failure. The recruitment team is a failure. Some of these players aren't good enough and it needs to be sold. We are no longer a big club anymore. People have got to accept this. I'm accepting it. I'm accepting we're not a big club. No one takes it seriously. Yeah? And I want to say one more thing. I know George Mo doesn't watch my channel. But the next time I see Mo, yeah? I'm going to have a go at him. Because when Chelsea drew to Burnley, guess what he said to me? Oh, there was no need to do a meltdown against Burnley because Man United this and that can drop points. Well, they didn't they? So yes, the last game we won. Man United, Aston Villa, Liverpool have lost. But guess what? Liverpool have a chance to go above us. Man United or Aston Villa can have a chance to go 6 points ahead of us. So you're telling me that draw against Burnley, I don't deserve a meltdown. There was no use. Again, people still call me negative, delusional, fake fan, this and that. For what? You think you can call me a negative fan when I'm watching a game and I'm seeing poor performances week in and week out, and the game management as well was weak and poor game management for the last 3 games? It's a joke. And like I said, the first goal was a disgrace. The fact that Lil Messina, for that goal, decided to say, I'm going to play a high line, but I'm going to let Reece James, track down Joe Willock instead of Chalobah. Yeah? It's a joke. And I saw Chalobah, yeah? You're a centre-back, yeah? So not only did you kept Joe Willock on side, but you decide to say, you know what? I'm just going to slow down and let Reece James do the job. You're a centre-back, for goodness sake. Reece James is a right-back. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Like, I just don't understand it, people. I really don't. And then, what makes it worse is that Fofana decides to give Anthony Gordon all the space. Yeah? And that was going to be one of the easiest goals that Newcastle have scored. But where does it come from? A high line. So what Unai Emery did against us, let me see, decide to do it against Newcastle. Why? Why are you allowing both our centre-backs to be open, to be wide? And guess what? Where does it come from? One ball. Either from... In fact, defensively, we are not good enough. Yeah? Whenever it comes to corners... Yeah, when it comes to long balls over the top, when it comes from players passing into the middle, we are simply not good enough defensively. And this is why the likes of Tosin needs to go, the likes of Badershield needs to go. And I tell you what, yeah, I picked up Fofana after that injury. But this season has been shocking. So for me, he has got to go as well because he ain't good enough. He really isn't. Yeah? He really isn't. I'll keep Mamadou Sarr and I'll keep Levi Cole because he had an ACL and is returning soon because I saw him on the pitch when I saw the live training session. I'll keep Levi Cole for now. But just get rid of Tosin, get rid of Badishu, get rid of Fofana, get rid of Dazarsi, just get rid of our centre backs because all of them aren't good enough. Defensively and offensively, they're simply not good enough. Yeah? And Liam Senior, you better fix this. You know that your job is on the line. You do not get Champions League football, then you're sacked. And I will feel sorry for him because he should not accept this in the first place. Yeah? No elite manager wants to come to Chelsea right now because they know, yeah, they will be won by a bunch of clowns from top to bottom. I'm talking about Paul Winstanley, Lawrence Stewart, this and that. Yeah? And you know the worst thing is, people, before I end this video, is that some Chelsea content creators went over to speak to directors. But you know they're going to say, we're not going to change the model. We're going to keep it the exact same thing. We're going to keep the model. And what I'm hearing is that we're going to try and try to buy a 21-year-old from Strasbourg who's playing as a left back or midfielder. And I'm thinking, doesn't the owners realize that we need a centre back? We don't need a left back because we have two of them, the likes of Kukurea and Hato. And then we've already got too much midfield. We've got Isugo, we've got Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. We've got so many midfielders. We don't need any more. All we need, yeah, is a proper left winger, a proper goalkeeper, and a proper centre back. That's all we need. How many times am I going to repeat this over and over again? When will these owners learn? When will these Chelsea fans learn? When will they ever learn, people? Because I do not understand. I don't understand. This is why I'm not going to talk too much on the game because what I saw tonight was just boring, just godless, just pathetic performance, you know, side to side, passing it back, hoofballing to Garnacho, this and that. Back to the days where I was seeing this on the porch, yeah? And if people want to blame Poch, they've got to blame Liam Senior, the way I did in this video, and the way I did over the last 2 games. Honestly, man, I just don't get it. From a very good performance against Villa to now 3 at the back, starting Tosin and Badisho against Wrexham, then playing from the back against PSG, then starting Jorgensen, and then today, James in the midfield, a high line that conceded the first goal, playing 4-4-2, that didn't change. The lap comes on, missed 2 chances and still fighting, yeah? And then it took him in the 81st minute to bring on Fofana, yeah, who had another bad game. Like, the game management once again from Liam Senior was an absolute joke. And if he doesn't fix this, then for me, if he goes, then he goes. Because before he came in, I just didn't know the guy that much. All I knew is all people have told me they were managed for Hull City, for Strasbourg, and that is it. You know, never managed a top club. So Liam, you knew, yeah. Once you come to Chelsea, you got a job to do. Get Champions League football and win a trophy. Because let me tell you something, if Roman Abramovich was here, he would have never hired him in the first place. Yeah? He would have never. And that's the difference between an owner that cares for Chelsea and an owner that doesn't. It's as simple as that. Week in and week out. Yeah? Absolute disgrace. We have given Man United, Villa, and Liverpool a chance, yeah? A chance to go above Chelsea, yeah? And to get more chance to get in Champions League football than us. Because we blew it. We caused ourselves under pressure instead of them. And like I said, Brentford could be 1 point behind Chelsea if they beat Wolves tomorrow at their own stadium. We are crap, we are a joke, we are a disgrace. And after this moment in time, I'll be very surprised if we get Champions League football because we don't deserve it. We do not deserve Champions League football, and it's as simple as that. Yeah? The players ain't good enough. The management in the last 3 games have been good enough. And the recruitment team has not been good enough as well. And that's why I'm going to say what Flex always says. Whip it up and start again. Because this cannot continue anymore. And it's as simple as that. Fuming, man, absolutely fuming. But well done to Newcastle. You know, Anthony Gordon in the first half just caused the midfield and problems, all sorts of problems. That's why Caicedo and Fofana gets a yellow card. I thought you know, Joe Willock, you know, for that was good, you know, and the fact there was no like proper midfielders, no Joe Linton, this and that, no what do you call it? I've no damn was it Dan Burn? Yeah, no Dan Burn, this and that. They had none of these players, and they still beat us. Just end the clock, man. End the season, end the clock, because this is ridiculous, man. It's utterly ridiculous, and I've had enough. Simple as that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comments down below. It's your boy Like Chucks Football. Next game is against PSG. Can't wait for that one. Not because we're definitely going out after what I saw in the first leg and what I saw in a game tonight. So yeah, man, it's just, yeah, we're out of the Champions League, but I'll still be watching that game, and and we'll see what happens. But anyway, people, it's your boy Elijah here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, and comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'm out of here. Peace. Blue Coal out. Simple as that.